you interested in Poland, Polish real estate, and even investing in it? So make yourself comfortable as you found the best source of information about this topic. And now listen carefully, because I'm going to tell you how to make money on the rental property investment in Poland. Let's get to the specifics. Cześć, it's Weronika from Welcome Home here. I guess you already know me from our previous videos about Poland. You don't? Okay, so be sure to fix it and click here to subscribe. You can watch other episodes later. Do you promise? And now let's get down to brass tacks. I'll tell you how long it takes and the cost to renovate an apartment that you will earn money on. Yes, you heard right. You can make money by buying an apartment in Poland. How do I know that? Because as Welcome Home, we've done it for quite some time now, and we know how to restore and rent it out. Also, Poland is the most promising investment market in Europe, and your place can be here too. How come? In our previous video, I explained that in detail. If you like specific data and numbers, make sure to check it out. But spoiler alert, yes, Polish real estate is worth investing in. But how to do it right? What to choose? Should you bet on new construction ready to finish or an old apartment to restore? There are many options. And this is where we step in to show you the possibilities. I was quite literal about stepping in, as I already entered one of our Welcome Home buildings that we bought and totally renovated. At the end of this video, I will show you some photos from our renovation process, so you can imagine the scale of the project. Stay with me till the end. And now, let me sit down comfortably, as I have a lot to tell you. New construction versus existing housing, Polish market standards. Let me explain the difference between these two markets. Rynek pierwotny, primary market, refers to new construction bought directly from the developer. There have been plenty of interesting new construction projects in Katowice recently. We talk about them more on our website, so check the link below. Rynek wtórny, literally the secondary market, refers to existing housing that used to have tenants and require renovation. They are often located in old historical buildings that may require a total renovation. This apartment and the entire building are a good example of that kind of investment. That was such a great project. Existing properties are also located in newer buildings from past decades, from 70s to the beginning of 21st century, that require less renovation or are even restored and ready to rent. But now we are going to focus only on the properties that require full renovation. Why? Because we want them to be a good investment and we really want to make sure they meet the right rental standards. That's why we strongly suggest focusing on something to renovate and finish. Okay, once we agreed on that, let's compare both possibilities. What to expect from new construction in Poland? There's a lot of new construction in Poland, which is good because you as an investor have a wide range of possibilities to choose from. What are their main features? The apartments are way smaller than in older buildings. All the functions are packed in a smaller area. For example, the kitchen is open to the living room, which we think is quite a good solution. We also like to do in our apartments. The location is usually not in a very city center, but somewhere close. The building usually doesn't just have residential units, but also some commercial spaces, parking, usually underground. Parking is a must for new construction. Such new buildings are made out of modern, eco-friendly materials, equipped with smart technologies so they are energy-saving and allow for lower maintenance costs, also for central heating. They also have elevators, and almost every apartment has a balcony or small outside patio when on the first floor. What's most important for you as an investor? That it doesn't take long to finish the apartment as you buy it in so-called developer standard, stan deweloperski. What does this standard include? I'll explain in a minute. Any cons? Well, new units are more expensive as everything is brand new and the finishing process is faster. Also, in most cases, you have to wait for your apartment to be delivered, as the construction process is still in progress, and there may be delays. You can find new apartments that the developer is ready to sell, but they might not have the best layout or the best view. The best units are sold long before the construction process has concluded. It takes some time and experience to find a nice place. Maybe an existing apartment will be a better option? Sure, we know this market quite well, so we know all the advantages. The location is just brilliant. Some of our apartments are located right next to the Katowice Market Square. It's just unbeatable. The building itself may be a real gem. They happen to even have historical value, and their charm is something just wow. I know what I'm talking about. The apartments have high ceilings and are spacious, with huge windows, stunning common areas, and even a few bedrooms. Such apartments can be easily divided into 2 separate rental units, which is great for your investment. The apartment is available on the spot. You don't have to wait until the construction is finished. Any cons? Some mechanical systems are a bit old, so they need more work. Renovation process is simply more difficult and requires more experience. Usually there's no lift nor dedicated parking spot. They lack modern systems, so their maintenance or heating may be more expensive. Is that a problem? It depends on the designers and construction crew. An experienced team will know what to do and how to deal with all possible challenges to convert the apartment into something absolutely stunning. New construction standards. Okay, let's explain what we mean by developer standards and what you can expect when buying a new apartment in Poland. The walls are plastered, but they need smoothing and painting, and flooring is ready to be installed. You get a front door, anti-theft, windows and window sills. You can expect complete plumbing systems, ventilation, electrical wiring and central heating, mostly radiators, sometimes underfloor heating systems. If the design is simple, this standard doesn't require a lot of work to complete. You can start settling the tiles, installing interior doors and painting, then lighting, kitchen cabinets, appliances, and the finishing touches. Is there any room for change? Usually you can change the layout or revise the mechanical systems, but it's better to agree on that during the construction process. How much does it cost? We know you won't like it, but it depends. New construction prices vary by location, the construction standard, the materials used, new technologies, smart home solutions, and the central heating system. Also, the higher the floor, the more expensive apartment itself. And let's see some references for a 1-bedroom, 35 to 45 square meter unit in Katowice. The most prestigious locations, the culture zone or the city center, may cost from 8,900 zloty up to 15,000 zloty. In the neighboring areas, 7,500 zloty up to 10,000 zloty per square meter. In our last video, I told you that in December 2022, the median price in Katowice exceeded 10,000 zloty per square meter. Investor pro tip: the bigger the flat, the cheaper the price per square meter. It may be a good idea to buy one big apartment and divide it into 2 rental units. On the existing market, there are many different sizes to choose from 140 to 180 square meter, even up to 250 square meter. They are located in historical buildings, but usually require comprehensive renovation. Prices in Katowice are from 3,100 to 7,000 to 9,000 zloty per square meter. Average 3,700 zloty. There are also pre-renovated units at the developer standard, and they are priced around 6,200 zloty per square meter. How much and how long does it take to finish a new construction unit? Oh, well, that's another question with no exact reply, but I'm ready to give you average numbers based on our experience. The timing depends primarily on whether after receiving the keys you can go in right away with a renovation team, or whether you are just starting the design process. If your design plan is ready, a one-bedroom apartment can be finished in 1.5 to 3 months' time. We assume basic solutions and no delivery delays, so it's crucial to manage the entire process and order the furniture, materials and equipment in advance. Price? We have been talking about good rental standard, so let's assume it will be from 2,500 zloty per square meter. For such a price, we can renovate apartments for our customers. And I'm referring to better quality materials, custom furniture, and individual design elements. Can you do this cheaper? If you plan to set the tiles and paint the walls yourself, maybe. For 2,000 zloty, you can afford an entry-level standard that won't last long and will require repair or renovation sooner. And we suggest investing in the long term. It pays off. How much and how long does it take to finish an existing unit? We have restored almost 100 apartments, some of them really from scratch. So we have real numbers. In the case of single apartment in a well-maintained building, which doesn't require a general renovation, we assume 2 to 4 months. If it's a historical building and a big apartment, which we want to split into a few smaller units, it may take around half a year. Here we usually change the layout, such as move or add some walls. Several apartments in one building plus a common space renovation might take up to 1 year. This 4-floor building renovation, with its 16 independent apartments, common spaces, and a staircase, took us a year. The cost varies depending on the condition of the premises. A general renovation of an old, used apartment in a historical building, where we also have to install new mechanical systems, replace floors, redesign rooms, etc., is about 2,500 zloty extra per square meter to get to the developer standard. After that, the finishing costs are similar to what I already mentioned. What's better, new construction or existing housing? Everything is possible, really. The only bad news for now is that without knowing your situation, we cannot give you one answer. It depends on time, budget, expectation of return on investment, and which market you are ready to invest in. Here are some of the most important things to consider. In the case of existing units, it will be cheaper, but the renovation will take longer. It means you will start to get your money a little later. Also, some unexpected things may surprise you during the renovation. On the other hand, you will probably have to wait for a new construction unit, several months or years, so the difference compensates. Existing homes have better locations, so they may be more competitive for potential tenants. New apartments may be cheaper to maintain and require less fuss along the rental process. It's a tough decision, so it's best to do your research to be an informed buyer. If you are considering investing in Poland, remember we can help you. Which does a potential tenant prefer? From our experience, it doesn't matter, new construction or an existing unit, as long as the rent is competitive. Considering the features of both possibilities, the key point is to know who your potential tenant is. Students and 20+ years old people just starting out will want a great location. They usually don't need a parking spot as they don't own a car. They work and go out in the city center and use public transport. Young families with kids will probably choose quiet areas next to parks, somewhere out of the center. They will look for parking and the lift. Seniors may also choose quiet and convenient locations, but they are not your potential customers in Poland yet. Bonus: a turnkey rental apartment. Does it pay off? Or maybe something rental ready? I mean an apartment that has already been renovated and furnished and includes an existing tenant. Pros: you don't lose time for the design and renovation, and you get a transparent offer. Nothing will surprise you along the way. Such apartments are often already rented out, so you start earning money straight away. Any risk? Yes, if you don't know the renovation crew and the quality of their work. Also, the price per square meter is higher. Such a solution makes sense if you know the team and you can be sure about their quality. Also, the best idea is to find a partner that will take care of the entire process, from the renovation to rental management. In this case, the risk is on their side. Welcome home projects. Thanks for being still here. Time for some behind the scenes photos I promised at the beginning. This is the starting stage of the building I'm already in. As you can imagine, that was quite a challenge. And this is how it looks now, after we renovated the staircase, common spaces, hallways. Isn't it beautiful now? These photos are from other renovations we did. Every project is different, each one requires a different approach, but we love it. And you, what should you choose? For sure, a reliable partner that knows the local market will prepare a competitive offer and will guide you through the entire process. If you feel Poland and Katowice may be a good place, let us know. Of course, don't forget to check our other videos and jump to our website where we share more guides and tips for investors. All the links are below. That's it for now. Our tenants are waiting. See you next time. Bye.